A classic form is a general form that provides each question on the same page, followed by a button to submit. This is a basic form that you're likely accustomed to seeing on websites or landing pages. You can begin the process either by clicking on the New Form button in the top right corner, or by clicking on the Builder tab. Then select Classic Form. Next, you will need to enter a title for your form. The name should relate to the campaign you are using it for or the general goal of the form. Then click Create. The Builder tab will update and reveal the form builder. You will see the title of your form at the top, along with an empty space below that reads Drag and Drop a Form Component. The components in question can be found in the leftmost column of the page underneath Fields. Alongside these components are styles and additional options you can use to further customize your form. Because there is a large variety of elements and options, we created separate help documents that detail each, which you can find below this video. You can quickly start adding fields simply by clicking one from the left-hand column and dragging it to the empty field. The predefined fields at the top are ready-to-go fields that allow you to create a new form quickly and simply. It contains common go-to information requests such as name, phone number, and email. These elements provide everything you need to create a basic form. The Basics section provides more customization options by leaving the fields empty for you to edit. They function the same, allowing you to drag and drop them wherever you would like. The Advanced section provides more in-depth components, such as file upload, image upload, a date and time selector, and more. Be sure to review the settings once again by clicking on the gear icon that appears when hovering over the form. Finally, the Layout section allows you to implement layout options that completely change how your form appears. For example, using the Columns component will split a section into 2 columns. You can then drag and drop 2 unique components to occupy those columns. As an important note, you can edit the title of any preset field by hovering over it and clicking on the gear icon that appears on the right. Then, change the label within this field. Then be sure to save. You can see your new label reflected here. If you're not happy with a field placement, you can easily rearrange your current form by hovering over the field and dragging it once the 4-directional arrow appears. Most submission forms will require certain information before a user can submit their entry. You can manually make any field required by accessing the Edit menu from the gear on the right. Then head to the Validation tab. Look for the box that reads Required and check the box. You will now see that this component is required to submit the form. Then click Save. If you decide that you don't like a field or deem it unnecessary, you can quickly delete it by hovering over and clicking this X. Next, let's move to Styles. In addition to selecting your fields, you can further stylize your form by clicking on this Styles tab. You will find various options available that allow you to change font colors, background colors, sizing options, and more. Next, we have the Options tab. Here, you can modify the form name, add categories and tags, and determine what happens after a user submits the form. Currently, you can create a message to display upon submitting the form, or you can redirect the user to a new URL. You will also notice that the bottom 3 fields refer to the Facebook pixel. You can use these options to help you use this form to track specific instances with your pixel. However, this process is a bit more complex, which is why we created a separate article to explain the various options which you can find listed below. If at any point you'd like to preview what your form looks like on an actual web page, you can preview it by clicking the icon located in the top right corner. Then click X to exit the preview. Finally, you're ready to publish your form. To do so, click Publish in the top right corner. A new menu will appear that looks like this. You have 3 methods for sharing your form. Link to Share provides a direct link to the form, which you can send through messaging or post directly onto a web page. Embed provides the HTML code you need to post in the text editor of your web page. This will integrate an instance of the form, allowing it to appear as designed for users to interact with on the website. Iframe embedding integrates a live version of your form. This means that any changes you make to your form in the Forms app should automatically be reflected on the website. Your form may load slightly slower as it must go through an additional step to load. As an additional note, web developers will also not be able to edit your form within the website HTML. Choose the option that's best for you and click on the blue Copy button at the bottom. Your new classic form should now appear in the table underneath the My Forms tab, which you can see here.